Today is Wednesday, February 5th, and this is Citrus TV Now. I'm Jackson Breslin. Here are today's top stories. And there are new details in the case surrounding the death of Robert Brooks. His death this past December has now been ruled a homicide following a re-examination of autopsy results. Brooks had been serving a 12-year prison sentence and died after he was beaten by multiple New York State correction officers. Onondaga County DA William Fitzpatrick is leading the criminal investigation. And the United States Military Academy West Point is disbanding dozens of cadet clubs relating to diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI. This comes after President Trump signed executive orders eliminating DEI programs from the government and U.S. military in January. The U.S. Military Academy Communications Office released a statement saying, "The U.S. Military Academy is reviewing programs and activities with our former Office of Diversity and Inclusion. The clubs disbanded yesterday were sponsored by that office." Campus leadership is currently reviewing several other clubs to determine whether they'll be disbanded as well. And Syracuse Academy of Science has been cited once again for code violations related to the tampering of smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. This comes less than a month after the Syracuse Fire Department was called to the school after a night cleaner's body was found inside the cafeteria by staff. The Syracuse Fire Department is working with the city to ensure that school leadership complies with all state and local codes. Coming up on the Now, Senator Chuck Schumer warns of potential delays in the Head Start program. We'll have more after the break. New York State Head Start programs, which provide learning and development services to low-income families and children, are missing payments, facing delays, and experiencing technical issues. New York Senator Chuck Schumer says these delays started when President Donald Trump ordered to freeze funding for federal programs. The order has been temporarily blocked by a federal judge, but Schumer is continuing to call on the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to fix the payment systems. And sticking with President Trump, his executive order to end birthright citizenship has been blocked by a second federal judge. The ruling applies nationwide and is in effect while a lawsuit against the executive order is being settled. It's estimated if birthright citizenship is revoked, more than 150,000 people could be impacted. Now, it looked like temperatures were going up recently, but today I was shivering coming into the studio again. Our weather anchor Chloe Breeze is here to tell us if this roller coaster of temperatures is almost at an end. Chloe, what have you got for us?
Jackson, it definitely is a roller coaster. Earlier today, it was about 40 degrees. But currently right now, we're at about 18 degrees. The Syracuse basketball game is starting soon, but luckily we don't have much wind out there, only 2-mile-per-hour winds. So it's gonna stay and it's gonna feel like around 18 degrees, but it's definitely still good to bundle up best you can. But tonight, as you're leaving the game, it's gonna be about 14 degrees and it's gonna feel like 7 degrees. This is when you're gonna have to definitely bundle up as best as you can with those hats, gloves, scarves, everything. Try and keep yourself warm. And then tonight, for looking ahead to our 3-day forecast, on Thursday it's going to be 24 degrees. It's going to be cloudy most of the day. Friday it's going to be 28 with a little bit of AM snow in the morning. We're going to get a nice little winter wonderland happening again, shocker. And then Saturday, we're going to see some of the sun peek out just like today at 31 degrees. So it definitely has been a roller coaster going up from 40 degrees and now we're just kind of staying in the 20s and 30s again. But that's just how Syracuse is, right, Jackson?
Chloe, I'm just patiently waiting for the day where you can finally say that we're having some warm weather. But coming up on News Live at 6, nicotine, whether you notice it or not, is present on SU's campus and across the country. Our Dylan Augustine sees how it's impacting students' health and livelihood on campus. Now, that's all the time we have for you today on Citrus TV Now. For more of the latest, follow us at Citrus TV News on X and Instagram. I'm Jackson Breslin. The news continues in an hour with Luke Welch and Peter Elliott. Have a great night, Syracuse.